Hi, I'm Adeline Fetz, founder of Playtime All the Time CBBC Utopia. For more information about developmental products, visit Playtime All the Time CBBS 2272 on YouTube. Enjoy the show. In 2005, a public broadcasting service, two companies behind children's television shows, and a cable provider would change the landscape of children's television forever. Sprout has been on air for 12 years with 101 shows, 7 program blocks, and availability in over 16 million homes. While the channel may not exist anymore, it still lives on in the hearts of the children that had a chance to watch it. Sprout's distinctive, interactive programming and original hosted program blocks were what set it apart from others, and allowed it to help those in need. The hosts were greeted by countless children when they appeared live, and have received over 5,000 viewer submissions. Sprout was arguably the most influential television channel ever in existence, and here is its story. PBS Kids Sprout's an instant success, for it received mixed reviews in the months following its launch. The channel would also air marathons of its shows when called for. For example, after Stan Bernstein, one of the authors of the original Bernstein Bears books, died in 2005, PBS Kids Sprout aired a marathon of the Bernstein Bears episodes in his memory. The channel also holds stunts for the holidays. For example, the Let Snow Show, which was hosted by Kevin and Melanie inside an oversized snow globe. We would showcase Sproutless snowflakes, which SproutLetsGo.com had craft instructions on how to make. PBS Kids Sprout started appearing in adverts on PBS stations and newspapers and magazines. By the time a TV Week article about PBS Kids Sprout was published, it was announced that Beecham, along with Meredith Halpern-Ranzer and Susan Carden, both from Sesame Workshop, was developing 2 interstitial series for the channel, focusing on music, storytelling, geography, and healthy eating. PBS Kids Sprout would also receive visits from its familiar characters from time to time. For example, Big Bird of Sesame Street fame would host Sprout's Big Surprise for Arbor Day 2006, in which he would showcase Sproutless sleeves with wishes for a happy, healthy world. Kevin would continue to host special stunts for PBS Kids Sprout, such as Hooray for Mother's Day, in which he read Sproutless Mother's Day cards, with mom-themed episodes of PBS Kids Sprout shows and real moms talking about motherhood in between. In Papa Bear's Day celebration, Kevin would read Sproutless Father's Day cards, while a scroll containing Father's Day messages would be seen at the bottom of the screen. In July 2006, the birthday show's Mr. Mailman was spun off into his own short series. In The Many Adventures of Mr. Mailman, which premiered on July 3, 2006, Mr. Mailman would go around the world, delivering letters and packages to animated characters such as a preschool teacher or an aunt, while overcoming obstacles along the way.
Fortunately, Mr. Mailman has a fashionable side himself, so he's walking down the runway.
That same month, The Goodnight Show will return for a second season. This season, Melanie and Hush were joined by Star, a star-shaped puppet built by Mimics Productions' Sally Preissig and performed by Stacia Marie Newcomb. In each show, Melanie would help Star get ready for bed through crafts, games, and stretches, and he finally drifted off to sleep at the end. The off-screen children's voices,
Time to say goodnight to Hush!
Goodnight Tales with Helping Hand, and Shadow Play were dropped, and Melanie would give reveals as to what show was coming up next. Around the time the second season premiered, it was discovered that, prior to becoming a host, Melanie Martinez was in 2 PSAs, I Have a Future and Boys Can Wait. Both PSAs were on the website technicalvergan.com before Martinez joined The Goodnight Show. Once Martinez informed her team about the PSAs, they fired her, with no explanation given to the Sproutlets in the audience. PBS Kids Sprout put out a notice regarding The Goodnight Show on their website, and held a worldwide search for a new host, while Hush would show Sproutless crafts in between shows. In September 2006, PBS Kids Sprout turned 1. To celebrate, PBS Kids Sprout's Big Birthday Surprise was held, in which Kevin would introduce Sproutlets opening presents delivered by Mr. Mailman that will lead the birthday-themed programming, including the Bob the Builder special, Built to be Wild. In between shows, characters like Big Bird and Angelina Mousing would wish the channel a happy birthday. That same month, Grandparents' Day was held, a Grandparents' Day themed marathon of Jacob's The Adventures of Piggly Winks, a new show coming out of PBS. Sprout Diner, which premiered on September 18th, was a short series about a cook named Bustle, voiced by Barney and Friends and Chuck E. Cheese's actor Earl Fisher, his star Bean, and her own daughter Alfalfa, as they ran the titular diner in the storybook world of PBS Kids Sprout. Each day, Bean would receive a phone call from the PBS Kids Sprout character requesting a healthy meal after a long day of play.
And nothing can be finer than the food here at the Sprout Diner!
After singing the short song, Russell would come up with the idea and cook the recipe, which he would hand to Alfalfa, who would deliver it to the character on her bicycle. Each recipe on Sprout Diner was accredited by the company Kids Health and had instructions on how to make them on SproutLet'sGrow.com. Time to Create was a web series featuring families making the recipes on Sprout Diner using printables of the instructions, complete with commentary from Alfalfa and short snippets from PBS Kids Sprout shows.
Elmo loves this part.
On September 11th, 24 special broadcasts of The Goodnight Show aired. These episodes were hosted by Leo, played by Baron the Big Blue House puppeteer, Noel McNeil. Leo sang songs, showcased Bella's drawings, and planted trees with Star and Lucy, a firefly named after the Spanish word for light, luz, who would follow in Hush's footsteps by introducing PBS Kids Sprout shows, but this time via Stars in the Sky. On October 14, 2006, Fireman Sam, which had done well on PBS Kids Sprout the Band, made its premiere on the channel, with a marathon airing at 8 a.m. entitled Fireman Sam's Safety Special. To promote the premiere of the series, PBS Kids Sprout aired interstitials featuring real-life firefighter Dana Hilton and Dalmatian Sparkles the fire safety dog giving fire safety tips. Information about fire safety, Sparkles the fire safety dog, and Fireman Sam was also available on Sprout's website, now known as SproutOnline.com. The website received a name change as early as November. On December 18, 2006, a third season of The Goodnight Show aired. This season introduced the character of Nina, the permanent Goodnight Guide, played by Florida actress Michelle Lepe, who had appeared on the Telemundo series Lost Teens. Nina would interact with Star, Hush, and Lucy, while press releases for the third season would state that Leo segments would still appear.